Hello, this is Claude Sports Corner, and it is time for Week 5 NFL picks. I will start with the Thursday night game, where the Indianapolis Colts will travel to Foxborough to face the New England Patriots. To me, it's another statement game. It's another Tom Brady going to fiddle with his new weapon called Sony Michel, the rookie running back out of Georgia. They're going to feed him the football. Now, Brady will be able to do play action. Listen, they're going to beat up on this team. The Colts are not very good. Andrew Luck, I mean, it's good to see him back playing football, but he's not Andrew Luck, at least not yet at this stage of his career. I like New England's defense. And even worse for the Colts, their best receiver, T.Y. Hilton, is out. So whatever chance they had of winning, yeah, it was slim and none, and Slim just left the building. I love New England big in this game. I'm going to go Pats, 31-13 over the Colts. Now, last week I was 3-2 in these games, and I would have been perfect if it weren't for a BS call against the Cleveland Browns when they played Oakland, and also the Pittsburgh Steelers let me down, and I will talk about them later on in the Steeler Report. But I digress. I will go on to the next game that I'm choosing. The Jacksonville Jaguars will go up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, one of these weeks, Pat Mahomes will be crashing down to earth. And under normal circumstances, I do think that this Jaguars defense will be the toughest defense that he will face by far. I love the Jags defense. They have by far the best defense in football. Calais Campbell, Jalen Ramsey, I mean, from front to middle to back end, Miles Jack coming into his own, Telvin Smith. They do not have a weakness in that defense. The problem is there's no weakness in that Kansas City offense, unless you want to count the lack of experience of the quarterback, Pat Mahomes. Mahomes, though, can make all the throws. He has a very unique arm talent. I mean, he can drop it in there with some touch. He can throw the fastball. And I tell you what, that damn Tyreek Hill, he scares defenses. Look, Jalen Ramsey is a big physical corner. He can't keep up with this Tyreek Hill. Can't do it. In fact, you'll probably see him more on Travis Kelce than Tyreek Hill, and that is where they're going to make hay. Kareem Hunt is also due for a big, big game. I really like Kansas City. Right now, the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Rams are the two best teams in pro football. Book it. Now, I'm not saying it's going to end up this way, but right now, those are the best two teams in the NFL. You can pick any team you want, but right now, those are the two hottest teams. We all know that this goes into phases, but right now, I love Kansas City, especially at home. They are a much different team at home, as you know, over the years. And I see them winning here, 27-17 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. The next game will be my upset special of the week. The Baltimore Ravens go into Cleveland to face the Browns and Baker Mayfield. I would have to call Baker Mayfield's first start a success, even though they did lose the game. It certainly wasn't his fault. I mean, my God, they got robbed out of a first down. That was such a disgrace that they did this to this Cleveland team that fought and fought and fought. Now, their defense leaves a lot to be desired on the back end, but they do have a great pass rusher. Myles Garrett has shown why last year he was the number one pick in the NFL draft. Baltimore, they beat up the Steelers. Listen, if you saw my take on that game, you know how I felt. And I like Baltimore. They are a good defensive team. But listen, they were so pumped up. They always have trouble the week after they play the Steelers. Those two teams sort of beat each other up. But I do feel the Steelers team will play better than the Baltimore team. Baltimore is much more physical than the Steelers at this stage of the game. I do think the Steelers will pick it up, but that's yet another story. I like this Cleveland team. Cleveland's going to win 7 to 8 games this season. And I think they made the right move in going to Baker Mayfield. I like Cleveland in this game, the upset special of the week, 27 to 20 over the Baltimore Ravens. The next game, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings going up against the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champs. I know that they lost a heartbreaker to the Texans last week. Not the Texans, the Titans. That was a weird game. I'm telling you what, the Minnesota Vikings, I don't want to hear how great that defense is. That's last year. This year, they're a mess. They miss Everson Griffith, who's going through his problems right now. They miss him a lot more than people are leading on. They are not a very good defensive football team right now. Carson Wentz is getting murdered. Now, don't be shocked if Le'Veon Bell heads over to Philadelphia to save the season for the Eagles. I could see the Eagles making this deal. But that's yet another story. As of this week, right now, the Eagles will have a bounce-back game, and they are going to expose the Minnesota Vikings even further. And plus, let's face it, Kirk Cousins, like I said, he's a C-plus quarterback. He has decent numbers, but when you need Kirk Cousins to come through, guess what? He won't. And again, I like the Philadelphia Eagles at home over the Vikings with a score of 30 to 27. Now, the Sunday night game will be the Dallas Cowboys at the Houston Texans. Houston finally got off the snide with a victory. I do not like the way Deshaun Watson has played so far. He has been mediocre at best. He's almost believing his hype too much. He holds on to the ball too much. He wants to try and do everything at once. Can't do that. They have to pound the ball more with Lamar Miller. Now, as you know, with the Dallas Cowboys is Zeke or bust. Dak Prescott has played like a bust. They're going to have to look at the quarterback position, but they do need wide receiver help for this guy. Prescott has nobody really to throw it to. Alan Hearn has played like a joke. They have not used Tavon Austin enough as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, it's Zeke Elliott or bust, and they're going bust this week. I expect the Texans defense to play mad. They will play angry. I think J.J. Watt is starting to turn the corner. Same with Jadeveon Clowney. I like the Texans big in this game. I like them 27 to 13 over Dallas. Now, the Monday night game, the Redskins go up against the New Orleans Saints. You saw how they mopped up the Giants, at MetLife Stadium. Now they're under the dome facing a Redskins team that can't stop a cold. Forget it. Listen, Drew Brees, he gets Ingram back too. Yeah, good luck with that. Right now, the best receiver in the league is that Thomas kid. Let's face it, Antonio Brown and Julio Jones are still better than him, but right now he and Tyreek Hill are the two hottest receivers in football. That Alvin Kamara kid is special. He's a very special talent. I love New Orleans big over the Redskins, and check out Alex Smith, 38 to 20. Would not be shocked if they put 40 plus on the Washington Redskins in this game. Those are my NFL picks, ladies and gentlemen. Please like and subscribe. This is Claude White. Take care and God bless.